Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 14. It's hard to believe, but we're almost at the end of the semester. This week, we'll talk about how to end services ethically and thoughtfully, a process known as termination. And we'll also take some time to reflect on what you've learned, what you're proud of, and what you want to carry into your practicum. We do read your feedback, really. Your insights help us improve the course, understand what worked for you, and where we can strengthen the learning experience for future students. As a thank you, if 90% of the class completes the evaluation, everyone gets a bonus point. Just one more reason to carve out a few minutes this week to complete your evaluation. This slide provides a brief overview of the path to licensure if you plan to pursue an LCSW in California. We'll talk more about this in future coursework, but for now, just know that licensure involves completing an accredited MSW program, completing supervised hours post-degree, and passing both standardized exams. Keep this information on your radar. It's a long road, but you've already taken the first step by developing the foundational clinical skills we've practiced this semester. Today, we'll cover what is termination and why it matters, key ethical responsibilities during the termination process, and final course reflections and writing activities to help you synthesize the work you've done here. Termination is the process of ending the therapeutic relationship. This can happen for a lot of reasons. The client's goals have been met, the time-limited service has concluded, the client doesn't want to continue, the clinician is no longer the best fit for the client's needs. It's not always simple, but with care, it can be a meaningful moment that helps the client recognize growth, consolidate gains, and prepare to move forward with confidence. The work of termination starts early, not at the last session, but closer to the first session. Begin by planting the idea well in advance so the ending doesn't come as an unwelcome surprise. Your role in termination includes discussing it early and often, documenting conversations about when and why therapy will end, helping the client process the ending, especially if the relationship was a significant source of support, providing referrals if continuing treatment is needed, usually at least 3 referrals, and supporting the transition to another therapist, if there is another therapist, with the client's consent. Whenever possible, conduct the final session face-to-face. Avoid ending via email, voicemail, or text unless absolutely necessary. Even in short-term work, like practicum, these skills matter. Practicing respectful, collaborative endings is part of what makes you trustworthy as a provider. This week, I encourage you to pause and take stock. What clinical skills have you developed this term? Where have you grown more confident? What surprised you about the work? What surprised you about yourself? You don't need to have everything figured out, but noticing what's changing is part of honoring your own learning and growth process. Your final reflection is to write a letter to your future self, the version of you who's about to walk into your very first field practicum. Be kind, be honest, remind yourself of what you've learned and why you're here. You might include what you hope you'll remember when things get hard, what strengths you've already demonstrated, why you're ready to be in a room with real clients. Your internship site chose you for a reason. This week is your opportunity to recognize that for yourself. We've covered a lot of ground this term, from open-ended questions and reflective listening to safety assessments, goal setting, therapeutic presence. You've shown up for the work, and I hope you're proud of what you've built. As always, reach out if any of this content is unclear. Congratulations on finishing this semester. I look forward to working with you again in the future.